See, now this place looks actually kind of cool. Like someone just kind of came through, just took everything out of it, and now it's just like this one area that no one ever uses anymore. Like it's kind of like abandoned. Let me in. Oh, fuck. Oh, what do you have? There's just that one guy in the corner. It's weird how I can only scrap certain items here. Alright. So, while it's kind of like a down moment, I wanna talk about something. Let's talk about mods. So, according to whomever, someone, either Sony or Bethesda, someone is making a mistake. It could be Bethesda in the pitch, or it could be Sony in the way that they just don't want to do mods for Bethesda because of bad blood, or because of the way that Bethesda wants to do it. Regardless. According to Pete Hines, it seems, PS4 mods are no longer a thing. Not happening. From what he has said, and from the sources I've heard from. Does this piss me off? Yeah, kinda. At the same time, I didn't buy Fallout 4 for console mods. That's not why I bought it on PC. Or on PS4. I bought it on PS4 because I wanted to get the game. It looked really cool. And I've never played a Fallout game before. And I figured, you know what? I'll get on the PS4 because my computer at the time couldn't handle it. That's, of course, changed now, but regardless, I didn't buy it for PS4 mods. Did not buy it for console mods at all. Didn't really know about or care about that at all. So I wasn't really that concerned. Still, I think that, I mean, they said that they would have PS4 mods. Clearly, something about the way that they intended to do it was not liked by Sony. In that case, I don't necessarily think that it's one company's fault over another's. It could easily be all Bethesda's fault. It could easily be all Sony's fault. It could easily be a combination of the two. With the way that Microsoft and Bethesda have been doing their console mods, they're getting along. They're having minimal issues, relatively. And it's an agreed upon situation. Now, that being said, there's still many problems with it. The theft, the things that I've already discussed in my mods and consoles rant thing, video that I made a little while back. So, yeah. There's complications where those two are working it out, and other than that, it seems that Bethesda and Sony are having a difficult way making it work, most likely because Sony doesn't want to be associated with the theft and the horrible community that is currently, at the moment, plaguing everyone on Xbox One. Now, several developers, DD Productions included, have completely left the modding scene at this point because of how Bethesda.net was doing their things, how they had it set up, how they weren't giving people the proper tools to deal with problems, and basically they said it was horrible. It seems that a lot of the popular modders for Bethesda games, from Skyrim or Fallout New Vegas and whatnot, it seems like they've just basically gotten fed up with not having what they need, not, being treated for what they are, which is an important part of Bethesda's community and a big reason for them making income at all. And, they don't feel like they were treated right, so they left. And, that's perfectly well justified by them, at least in their opinion. And, I mean, they are entitled to how they feel because they can choose, oh, we don't want to make mods anymore because we don't feel like Bethesda is giving us what we deserve. I mean, they have very little as it stands. Modders don't really receive money. They receive recognition for the work they've done. That's it, for the most part.
Hey, I just wanted to say, I really appreciate everything you do for the Vault. Finally, somebody recognizes how invaluable I am.
What the fuck? Anyway, honestly, I feel like Sony didn't want to be associated with it. I think Sony wants Bethesda to have more accountability. I think they want Sony to have more, or I think they want Bethesda to take more action with moderation and to not have, let's say, copywritten content on Bethesda.net. But Sony doesn't want to moderate it because it's not their game. They want Bethesda to mod it, or to moderate it, because it's their game. They should be moderating the content that's put on their website for modding. And if it could also be how they mod. It could also be how mods affect the code of the games, and Sony doesn't want to risk Sony doesn't want to risk their console being broken by a flaw that they have in their software that's accessible somehow by mods. That might just be the issue as well. We don't know. No one knows at this point. So, really, it doesn't matter. It's up to them, regardless. So, what does that mean? It means we're probably not getting mods. PS4 players, at least not in the sense that Skyrim currently has for PC, or Fallout has for PC, or Fallout has for Xbox. We probably won't be getting that. We'll probably be getting a slimmed down, toned down version that complies with whatever Sony wants, but still gets us something. At the same time, Bethesda could just be blaming Sony because of their code, how they have the code set up, and they could just not be wanting to take responsibility for being unable to do mods based on the code and what Sony gives them. Or they could just be bullshitting it all and saying, hey, it's all Sony's fault, blame Sony, because we don't know how to do what we want to do. Could easily be that. We don't know. Until we get some concrete information We don't know. And that's... Until then, people are gonna have to wait. I don't think, personally, I don't think PS4 is gonna be getting mods. It's just how it's working out at the moment. And unfortunately, that's just how it's gonna have to be. I don't think it's gonna get mods for Fallout 4. It's highly unlikely it's gonna get mods for Skyrim Special Edition.